Hi, if you have a BMW with an M54 engine, especially an E46 or an E39 maybe, and you are experiencing some problems with the vacuum lines, this video may help you. I have an E46 320i and I am suspecting some lines which are causing maybe some vacuum leaks on the engine. But before starting working on the car, I decided to make some researches and to see which line is going where, to understand the system a little bit. And I came up with that rough drawing that you are seeing now, and I have shown the main lines connected actually to the intake manifold. And please consider that I am not showing here the evap system, and the CCV system also is not shown. So in this video I will be working on the three lines: the blue line, the pink line, and the green line. The blue line, which is connected to the fuel pressure regulator coming from the air intake. The pink line is directly connected to the intake manifold as a source of a vacuum, and to the vacuum control valve, which is sitting behind the intake manifold. And on the middle there is that non-return valve allowing the air to flow only in one direction from the solenoid to the vacuum line. Then the green line connected to the vacuum control valve, and then to the air pump valve. Actually, the big challenge on this video will be removing that vacuum control valve sitting behind the intake manifold. Otherwise, you have to remove the whole intake manifold to get access to that vacuum control valve, which is a big work that I want to save. So again, I will be working first of all on the blue line, then secondly on the green line, and at least on that pink line. So, as I was expecting, this little vacuum tube going to the fuel regulator on the fuel filter underneath the car is a little bit cracked, so I'm gonna start changing this one. As you can see, these are a lot of cracks, a bunch of 2 meters, about 2 meters of that this tube. It is 3.5 millimeter. The inside diameter outside is 8 millimeters, and it should be good. On this vacuum line, I am going to change only that end connected directly on the intake air boot, because the other end connected to the pressure regulator I have already changed it a couple of months ago. So, very easy. 7. So, you got a new one. A little bit of silicone spray to help. We'll spray it here to make it going inside it. So, let's begin. So, on this side now, should be normally easy. Normally. So, blue line is done. Now I am going to change the hoses on the green line. Now I am starting changing the hose connected to the air pump valve. Hose is damaged, totally damaged. Cracked. So there we go. I'm gonna try to change this one, this part also. Oh, cutter. Cool. There you go. So try it this way. It will be easier for me to pull it in. You know, it is done. This part is done. Now we are going to change the hose from the other side. I barely touched that hose and it was easily disconnected from the vacuum control valve. Now I am trying to get that line free. There is a kind of clip holding it together with the cables of the oxygen sensors. And then the green line is done. At the moment I will leave it there, then I am going to start refreshing the pink line. The first step will be removing that cap of the vacuum port. You can see already that it is damaged and cracked. This cap should be replaced or repaired definitely. Now, before starting refreshing that line, I want to show you how the situation looks like behind the intake manifold. That connector is the connector of the vacuum control valve, which should be disconnected, and that white black part is the check valve or the non-return valve. And that hose connected to the check valve is connected also to the intake manifold. The connector is easy to disconnect. I was also here surprised how that hose is disconnected from the check valve. It was totally loose. Here I am trying to show you how that connection is loose between the check valve and that hose. This is how the check valve looks like. The check valve allows the air to flow only in one direction. For this particular check valve, the air will be flowing from the white side to the black side, which is the direction of the vacuum. I am checking here if the check valve is working properly by blowing and sucking air from both sides. And finally, I removed that vacuum control valve. Unfortunately, I couldn't take this in video because the space is too small behind the intake manifold, but don't worry, I will explain to you how I did it. Actually, the vacuum control valve is holding on the intake manifold just by one big clip, that clip. It was mounted on this position. This is the left side of the engine and this is the right side of the engine. This is the connection to the check valve, and then from the check valve there is that hose going to the intake manifold, and this is the connection going to the secondary air valve. Now to remove that valve you have to pull out that hose first of all, then you have access to that clip, and then you have to press it with both fingers just like this, and then with the other hand you have to pull that valve in this direction. Only one thing helps here: just be patient. And now I can refresh all the hoses of that line. For this whole rebuild I've used only one type of hose. It has 3.5 millimeters as inside diameter, and the outside diameter was 8 millimeters. So now I will try to connect this one to this one. I think it will be the same length. I think. Now it should be connected. Now it should be connected this way. So this is the vacuum control valve. This is the connection to this check valve, and it is connected from this side to the intake manifold. So I have changed this hose and this hose, and this connection will be to the secondary valve. And now the clip of the control valve should slide inside that rectangular slot. So this is the connection going to the secondary valve. Now I'm gonna try to slide the vacuum line in this way. So wish me luck. Yes, wish me just luck. Oh yeah, it will not be easy. Again, I'm gonna need my mirror to see what is going on. Oh, I almost got it, but I almost got it. Here. Just be patient. The best way is to use both hands to align that clip inside that slot. I think I got it. Yes. Yes! Now I'm trying to connect the hose. Now the control valve is back in place, and the hose of the check valve is connected to the intake manifold. Now I am going to reconnect that connector. It's not. Yes. So I have repaired this cup, which comes in one of the ports of the vacuum behind the intake manifold. I've did some Octite and some tape around it, and I covered everything with the repair pads for bicycles. I think from these, these pads to repair leaks on bicycles and so. After putting back that cap into place, this work is done for me. I am happy that I didn't have to remove the intake manifold. I have saved a lot of time. Thanks for watching.